Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I am inside filming today instead of outside. It's actually sleeting outside and it's just too cold out. So I am attempting to film in my house, and let's see how well this goes before my dog goes bonkers. So this is going to be my reading wrap up for January. I'm super late yet again this month. Just could not get myself together to get this filmed. The first book I read is called John's Story, The Last Eyewitness by Tim Lahay and Jerry B. Jenkins. This is part of a series called the Jesus Chronicles. So I think they did all four of the apostles who wrote the Gospels, because I think I've seen a Matthew. I'm pretty sure I've seen at least Matthew. This is about the end of John's life, where he's imprisoned in Rome, and then he's sent to the island of Patmos, where he writes the book of Revelation. And also when he gets off of Patmos and goes back home, and he is like explaining to his followers or the new generation of what happened to him while he was there, and about looking back on his life when he walked with Jesus and how they are to live now. It was really interesting. There's a whole lot I didn't know about John, like after the Bible. And I was actually looking up to make sure that the stuff they were saying was correct. And it seems pretty on point from what I understand. But I will say I had just finished reading Revelation when I picked this up, and a lot of this book is the writing process of him writing Revelation, and it's a lot of just word for word from Revelation. So it was kind of like rereading Revelation over again when I had just finished it. So, which is great for a person who hadn't just read that, or is newer, I guess, to the Bible. But yeah, I feel like a lot of this book, like maybe half of it, was actually the book of Revelation, not John's story. Am I making any sense here? I don't know. Anyway, I like this. I did learn a lot. I gave it 4 stars, and I probably would pick up the others in the series. The next one I finished is this, Only the River Runs Free. This is book 1 of the Galway Chronicles by Bodie and Brock Thoene. I don't really know how you're supposed to say their last name. They're pretty popular Christian fiction authors, and I'm not even sure. Are they married? Are they husband and wife? Are they brother, sister? I don't know, but they're pretty popular. They write a lot of historical Christian fiction, and this book is historical Christian fiction, and it's set during the 1830s and 40s in Ireland. This I would kind of categorize as like a family drama type of book. It goes through years of these 2 different families' lives and how they intertwine and how they're dealing with fighting between the Catholics and the Protestants. It was good. I liked it. What I liked the most was the writing style. It was absolutely beautiful. The way that they describe Ireland and they talk about the time and the place, it was stunning. It made me want to go back and be there, minus all the horrible things that were happening. But this, I think, is part of a trilogy, and I'm not sure if I'm going to continue on because I honestly just didn't care about the characters and their stories that much. I was a little bit bored. This took me a while to get through. I started this in December, and I didn't finish it until later on in January. So it wasn't my favorite, but the writing was beautiful. Next, I completed a trilogy. I read like boom, 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 one after the other. And the first book is called Soon. The second book is called Silence. And the third book is called Shadowed, which, by the way, I don't really do readathons because I just feel it's too much pressure for me. I'm a big mood reader, but I know that Chantel's Read Your Bookshelf readathon thing that she does, I think it's like goes throughout a whole year, and I'm pretty sure it's just one book a month, and she has like a theme word that she picks for the book, and the theme word for January was a quiet word. And so I read a book called Silenced, which would fit perfectly. So yeah, anyway, I'm kind of excited that I actually did participate in a readathon without even having to try, because that's what I felt like reading at the time. I'm talking way too much about this. These books are written by Jerry Jenkins, who also did this one. He also co-wrote the Left Behind books. This was similar to the Left Behind series. It's not truly apocalyptic, I wouldn't say, like Left Behind books are, but this is in the future. It takes place after World War III. In this book, they blame World War III on religious fanatics, and so in the future, all religion is banned. You're not allowed to worship anything. And people are raised, like a whole generation of people are raised without knowing anything about God or Jesus. And this story is kind of a retelling of Paul from the New Testament, how he was prosecuting Christians, and then he had his conversion, and then he became a Christian. It's like that, but set in the future. So Paul works for an organization, I would say similar to like FBI, CIA. It's a government organization, and they go after Christians and squash religious rebellion type of stuff. And these books were so incredibly fast paced, and there was just all kinds of crazy action and things happening. It really sucked me in, held my attention through all three books. I couldn't wait to pick up the next book when I finished one. There is so much faith in these books. Some of it's absolutely beautiful. Some of it in the last book I was not thrilled about. There were a few things in the final book that I was questioning, like, is that really what you want to say a Christian would do? Because I don't think that's what a Christian should be saying they would do. But I'm not living in these crazy times that this story is set, so I don't really know. I kind of really want y'all to read this series so you can tell me your thoughts on this. But I definitely love this series, and I think I want to read other books by Jerry Jenkins. I know he has another series that I think is kind of similar to this one. He must really like this theme a lot. But yeah, I like these books, and I gave the first two 5 stars, and I gave the last one 4 stars. And I listened to a book called Death Trap, which is part of the Cheeringham series by Matthew Costello. I listened to another one of those books in the series. I think it was called Snowblind a month or 2 ago, and I loved that one. This one was okay. It takes place in a quaint little beautiful British village, and the main character is an ex-cop from New York, and he lives on a houseboat in the village, and his best friend is a woman. I think she's a widow. She has a couple little kids, and they team up to help solve mysteries in the area. And so it's like a cozy mystery type book. It's very clean. It's very like not stressful, not upsetting, just a cute, cozy mystery, and it has the best setting in the world. This story in particular I did not like as much as Snowblind, but it was still good. I would definitely give that series a listen if you're interested in British mysteries. Plus it was super short. I think it was like maybe 3 hours long. So if you just have like a little bit of time and you just want to finish a whole book, try that. The last book I finished is Ordeal by Innocence by Agatha Christie. I gave that one 4 stars. That one was pretty interesting because it was about a guy goes to jail for murdering his mother, and while he's in jail he dies of pneumonia, and everybody is okay with believing that he's the one who killed his mom. And then a stranger shows up one day and says, actually, that dude did not kill his mother because I picked him up on the side of the road and I dropped him off in this other town and I'm his alibi. And so that kind of shakes everybody in the family's world and they don't know what to think. And now they're kind of looking at each other, wondering which one of them did it because of the situation of how it happened. One of them had to do it. So yeah, I thought it was really good and it kept my attention. It wasn't my absolute favorite Agatha Christie, but I enjoyed it, and now I'm going to watch the movie because I did see a cover of the book online and it had like a movie cover to it, so I know there's a movie, so I'm going to hunt that down and I'm going to watch it. So anyway, those are the books that I read in the month of January. We are already a full week into February. I feel like January was like the longest month of my life and February is just flying by. And I'm not reading that much this month, so we'll see how next month's wrap up or this month's wrap up turns out in a few weeks. But anyway, that is all I've got for you guys. I hope y'all have a great day and I will see y'all soon. Bye.